Hello again, welcome to the Mastercam course. In that lecture we're going to talk about line parallel. Actually at that point let's create our line. Okay, I can hit the line endpoints button. After that I can turn to freeform, and this is going to turn to two endpoints options. So I can write my first point x 20 and the y minus 20 and z 0. So that's why I don't need to write that stuff, and then hit the enter button, and then as a second point I can click anywhere on the screen. Actually let's keep going at that like this, and then we can change my angle, and I can change the length of our line, and then we can click OK button. After that we can use the line parallel options. I can hit that button, and then actually we can select our line like this. This is my line, and then we can select our side. Okay, this side or this side. I can click any side, and then we can write offset distance here. For example, it can be 10, and then we can click and blue OK button, and then we can select that line again. At that point maybe we should also turn to opposite side options. I am here and I can turn to opposite side. Okay, actually maybe it is also important, maybe you can have maybe some line like this, but you can see this some line on the opposite side. So that's why we can use the line parallel options. We can select our line, and then we can click the opposite side. If you click at that point, it's easy to select that one, and then we can easily create an opposite direction. Okay, we can also use the both side like this, and then it's okay. It's also possible to select as a maybe circle, for example, maybe, and oops, sorry about that, we can turn to manual options here. This is my circle. Maybe we can hit the line parallel button and select our line, and maybe we should turn to tangent options again, and then we can select here. Okay, of course we can click the both side of and that stuff, but I am also surprised that one, because I am expect to see at that point. So maybe let's check that stuff again. We can click here. This is tangent options. We can select that line. I can be on that side or that side, but if I am clicking in a circle, and we're gonna see the both side of our circle. So okay, it's surprised me also. Okay, let's select that one, and then I can select here. It's the same. It's quite interesting. I can click here and maybe select that line. This is a tangent. If I am clicking here or select that circle, we're gonna see that that's kind of and line here. We can also click here opposite or selected side or both side. Okay, you can easily create your tangent line parallel, maybe like this. Okay, anyway, this is the line parallel options. Okay, and I really like that and button. Okay, that's properties, it's quite important, and so take care.